Hello and welcome to 21 Days of Praise. I'm Regina Livingston. It's so nice to see you today. I am so happy about the things that are going on. I'm sure, not every day is great and not I get everything accomplished that I want. But so many times, even in those days, things go well, and sometimes I just get to relax and stuff, and oh, sometimes just taking a little breath is a really, really good thing, right? We all have those days where we need to just relax and have a good time and just have some fun and not worry about what tomorrow will bring or even the next 5 minutes will bring. Those Calgon take me away kind of moments, right? Oh, I don't know if everybody knows what those are, man. Those bath time, get the bubbles and just relax and sit back, right? Those are such great times and so needed to just have a nice relaxing time, whether it's a massage or whether it's maybe just 5 minutes with your best friend to tell them what's going on in your life, right? Those can be the most exciting and invigorating and maybe a cup of coffee and just the beginning of the day, right? Well, today I'm thankful for entitlements. Now we have, I think, mistaken that we're just like anywhere else. It seems like we use these words for things that they shouldn't be. Instead of welfare, we call them entitlements for some odd reason, and we should not be entitled to welfare. That seems like something that we need or have to have or should have because somehow we have the right to have that. Yeah, welfare is meant to be a temporary solution, but some people have that mentality of entitlement of, boy, we get 18, we get a check. We have a baby, we will have some money. And it's not just in our country. I read a whole story about how it's in England and they call it the social, getting on the social. And once they do that, it seems like that people don't want to get off, which seems to be that way in our country. I think I guess I shouldn't say everybody, but it seems like everybody in a time or two needs that. Now, not everybody necessarily gets on welfare, but at some point, even the millionaires, they declare bankruptcy before they become millionaires, right? They worked and worked and worked to get to these places, and you know what? Whatever they're doing doesn't pan out, okay? And that's the way we all are in life. People look at these people like, oh my goodness, they're just overnight. But that's not true. They worked for that. They worked hard. And again, sometimes they go bankrupt 2 and 3 times till they finally get it right. And they are able to learn how to keep the money, right? And that's what we need to learn how to do, keep the money. But entitlements are things that we earn either as being an American citizen or being a Christian. There are certain entitlements that I'm so happy to have on both ends of the stick. If something happens to you, our country is really good to want to get you back, and they will do, I hope, every means they can to get Americans back. More than other countries. Other countries don't care. Right now, it seems like that's not the case with a couple of things that are going on. I'm not going to talk about that, but I'm not going to get too political. But, being an American can have some great entitlements, okay? We have privileges that not everybody has. We can burn our flag. We can do things, speak up against our country. And we have that right. Now, not everybody likes it. I sure don't like people burning our flag. I don't think that that's, very respectful. And no matter how we like our president or like our, governor or like our whatever, they are still worthy of respect. Now, that doesn't mean we have to agree with everything they say, no matter who they are. That's another thing. But do it in a respectful way, not a derogatory way, right? Those are things. And then in the church, we are entitled to grace. Oh, I love that. Because I guarantee you, I am not perfect. And I need that kind of an entitlement. We are entitled to some riches, some blessings that not anybody else can have. And some of us don't do the things to get those entitlements. We put ourselves down. We put ourselves in positions to not receive those entitlements when we are, able to have them. And that's the same goes with Christian or with Americans. There's certain privileges that you have on tax exemptions for certain things, or things that some people think, well, maybe that's not right to do. And though we're entitled to do it, the government gives us those liberties. Some people don't feel it's right in other regards, so they don't do that. So they'll pay the extra, or they'll, do some other things that's harder on themselves, but they think in the long run that's better for them. And, that's fine too. There's nothing wrong with, paying a little bit extra and not taking all the freebies. And maybe that does make you a better person. And again, it depends. And it's all on your conscience. Let your conscience be your guide, right? On all these things, So entitlements can be a wonderful thing. Being a child of a king comes with a lot of entitlements, privileges that other people don't share. And as Christians, we are children of the King, the ultimate King, not an earthly king, but a heavenly King. And we have things that we can have here on this earth also, that some people have taken away and said, no, that we can't have that here. We can't have that here. But, again, if that's what you think, then that's fine. You do walk your walk. And that's the thing, is we have to walk our own walk. We have to do the things that we think is right, no matter what. Paul talked about that. If you think this meat's good to eat it. If you don't do it. Let your conscience be your guide on all these things. And if you do things against your conscience, then that's when bad things happen. Okay? Now, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily wrong for everybody. And we try and put those judgments in, like I said yesterday about those, those traditions that, you can't do this. Well, that's not always the case. And maybe you should stay away from that. But the next person can, and they can be a witness in those areas where you can't be. So please, please don't be too quick to judge others. But make full use of some of those entitlements that we have. The faith, the blessings, the privileges that we have. But if it's something, like welfare or something like that, please don't take advantage of things. Although it's really hard to actually live on welfare. That's not an easy thing at all. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know how it all works and how people have all this stuff. I really don't understand how people make it work and they can get all these things. I have no idea, but somehow they can drive such nice cars and have such things, and I don't understand it. I don't I don't have that. It's not that I haven't ever done that. I've had some food stamps, at different times in my life, going back to school with my 2 children and stuff like that, but I never got a check from welfare. I never had money coming in, so I do not know how that part of it works. And I don't know. I just can't say that, but I'm thankful now that I am not on that, and I have, blessings that come into my life. I think we all, like I said, all have times when we're lower and we need some help. But, anyway, no matter how you are, but please be thankful for everything in your life and be the best you can, do the best you can in every circumstance, and be happy for entitlements and all the great things that we have in our lives, okay? Well, you have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.